Kilpailussa mukana Ramirent. Kotikatsomon eväät tarjoaa kotipizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some more disc golf media coverage. We're here at the third stop on the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour in Oulu, Finland. We've got the MPO lead card, round 3, back 9, final 9. It's all or nothing now. I'm Tony Ferro.
And with him, Connor Wood. The stage is set as we approach these final 9 holes. One of these players will be deemed our champion at this third Prodigy Disc stop here in 2022. We will absolutely get to see some good disc golf here. Discs on the line.
Lots of ups and downs here on this front 9. We saw Niklas coming in hot with a 6 down. But the rest of the group is right on each other's tails. Only 3 strokes separating the rest of the top 10. Let's see if Niklas can hang on to it. Or if
Definitely not slowing
hot.
down. If anything, Niklas seems to be speeding up, putting his foot to the gas. Our champion looking to be hopefully taking it down. Let's see how they can contend.
Kicking it off, hole 10, 112 meters, par 3. Slight hump off of this tee kind of negates your view of the basket. You just want to get it out of these trees. Soft anhyzer for the righty backhand shot. That'll flex in at the end. Try to get a soft skip off of these fast greens. Get yourself up into the circle. Get that birdie look.
Definitely a bit of a blind shot here. We'll see our leader take the tee and try and set the stage, as these players are hoping to take a stroke with every remaining 9 hole. Looks to be a little bit of a flex line, but perhaps not catching as much fade as he would have liked. Maybe a bit low. However, no trees, nothing in the way. That's a look.
Looks to be about 15 meters. Hope to see some outside the circle putts from that young man here. Eetu up next, overcooking it, little grip lock, and that is flying into the woods. Catching a tree though, stopping him from going too far in there.
Definitely may have helped him out. We'll see Jere now.
Oh no, that was even worse. I thought he was going to be with Eetu, but he caught the last branch that is hanging out of that gap.
They might need a new hit me tag. Lauri up now.
This is looking like the line. It's just got a flex.
Or just a bit too straight. That looked like it had some heat on it, going perhaps well deep without those trees, but he manages to sit down. Jere up first.
Patent pending. Oh, just catching left side guardians. That will put him outside the circle with trees in the way to save the par.
And Eetu making a wise choice there, just laying it up underneath the basket. From his long look, he's not going to be playing with any bogey business. Jere now, perhaps though, looking to save his par here.
Tough putt.
Absolutely.
Oh, Niklas up next for the birdie opportunity. This would be to go 6 in a row, double turkey. Oh, just a little high left.
Thought he might chuck the mini in there. Lauri now.
Last look for a birdie on the card. Yeah, I had some cabbage in the way, possibly low ceiling there as well.
Just shy, and although the performance of this card may not indicate it, this in fact was the 5th easiest hole of the day, averaging 2.9 under par. Rather, 2.9.1 under par. Showed some teeth here. By no means an easy or simple hole. We'll see how our competitors tap in their putts now.
Unfortunate bogey for Jere. The rest of the group will just clean up the formality pars.
Lauri, however, did gain a stroke over Jere. As you see, they battle for second place currently, chasing Niklas.
That they are, all tied up on those two. Let's move on to the island hole. Hole 11, par 3, 87 meters. Have these wood logs in front, kind of keeping you from sliding it into the island, along with the banners all the way around the sides and the backside, keeping it, let's say, fair for an island hole, making you actually land into the island.
We have seen a few bounces off that early log into the green. Niklas now, I believe, with a mid-range in his hand, looking for the backhand hyzer. And there it is. Dead center from that square, leaving himself 7-8 meters from the basket.
And that is the miss to make. You are safe in the green, but you will be having a death putt coming back at it.
Oh, and Eetu turns his back almost immediately as it leaves his hand, as if he didn't like it, but there you go,
got some
buddy.
love off of that wall.
Lauri perhaps showing us the forehand hyzer line now.
That's looking like it's coming in nice and spiky. Not too much ground play there. 5-6 meters for Lauri to get that well-needed birdie.
Jere now, let's see if he can bounce back after that bogey on hole 10. He's done it before. As he also opts for the forehand. Oh, and swings it just a few meters shy. A fantastic shot by Jere.
Best of the group.
A recurring characteristic on this hole, though, you'll see some of these shots that do go deep due to the elevated basket and the OB behind the log directly behind. I'm speaking about all this scary stuff, and Eetu says, nah, I'm going to put this right in.
I think that's the young person mentality. No care whatsoever for the OB right behind the basket, just smashing it in the chains.
A fearless putt from Eetu. Niklas now.
Oh, just little low from Niklas there.
And just that slight pedestal, that elevation of the basket perhaps coming into play there. As Lauri putts in his birdie. Well done to him.
And Jere with the best drive of the group, only 4 to 5 meters away from the basket. Tailwind putt. This should be no problem for this guy.
Stone cold as ever. Boom.
And with that putt, Niklas will unfortunately lose a stroke to the entire card. He still has a cushion though. Let's see if he can still hang on.
A true competitor, I think he'll feel that one, even if he doesn't need to.
Coming into hole 12, par 4, 160 meters, winding through these woods. Really taking an Anheuser backhand shot for these righties. Trying to get around the corner here, landing it somewhere where the drone is flying about right now. Setting yourself up for basically a straight shot through the woods to this green. Really not too much OB to speak of. There is OB on the left side, but there's so many trees there too. It's hard to get there.
Definitely some natural OB perhaps coming into play. You can be in jail if you bleed too far left or right. Let's see if these players can keep it down the middle. Eetu up first. We love to see it.
Youngin taking the card. Oh, and catching that Invisibranch there and just destroying the drive. My gosh. Couldn't have had a worse outcome. Lauri up next with a big driver in his hand. He's looking to go for some distance.
But also catching, unfortunately, a limb. However, does settle dead center on this par 4. He may still have a fantastic look at the birdie approach on his next shot. We'll see Jere now if he can get through cleanly.
It's a great break from the aggressive play. Jere now just showing you how it's done with the sidearm.
He should be close enough to the edge there to get out with his backhand.
We've already seen a few patent pendings from that young man. Sure, this will be nothing short of routine for him.
And the slow turnover drift.
So
Just-
pretty.
So clean.
So in the middle of the fairway.
Well done, Niklas. Impressing us here in the booth. Eetu up first. Getting quite aggressive with it. He opts for the big forehand flex. We'll see, can he maintain it? Definitely some good distance bitten off there. He looks to be perhaps circle 2 with a slightly obstructed look.
Great shot. Lauri up next. Also looking for that sidearm soft flex shot. Oh, he didn't like it right out of the hand.
But the
Couple
trees-
kicks, though. That's not bad in the circle. He should have an open look through those trees.
Jere, now you did call the patent pending there as he fires off that backhand. Looks to be fading out a little bit early. Quite a common mistake on that tough stance, but definitely bit off some good distance and has also maybe obstructed circle 2 look.
Yeah, just got the nose up on that angle. Was looking for some Anheuser instead of nose up, and he just didn't get the turnover like he needed.
And
Niklas just firing it a bit wide, too straight for the sidearm to come in, and he's going to have a group of trees to contend with to get that birdie.
Eetu putting first. Gives it the height, but unfortunately flies just over.
Jere up with some trees in the way, stretching out. Wow, great effort.
Definitely on that wide strato with all the gaps. We'll see Lauri now. Caught a few trees on his way, but not too far. Fantastic
There you go.
putt by him. The birdie with every stroke counting. He'll be cashing that one in. Niklas now for his par. Birdie. Apologies on this
yes.
par 4. This is for birdie. There we go. Strong putt, dead center. He's not going to let that one get away from him after a perfect first shot off the tee.
Well done. Not the best second shot, but nonetheless, got some love off of the tree roots on the ground, or the tree stumps, if you will. Had that nice open look, 6 meters, capitalizing on the birdie.
This hole averaging 0.1 over par for our MPO field here today. Definitely not too friendly. Hole 12. Giving our players some struggles, but on this card, everyone makes it out clean. Couple birdies, couple pars.
Hole 13. Par 3, 108 meters. Just a slightly fading right to left shot, but I would call this basically straight. Just pick left or right of that tree and that one. Most of these guys, I believe, are going to be going right side with that soft fading hyzer coming to crash in on this undulated green. Lots of humps to stop the disc. Try not to go too far though, because it is slightly sloping in the back and you can get some flares there.
Definitely perhaps a little bit of an off-ramp from the green if you are to go long. We'll see Lauri up first. Just sliding by that hit me tag and slides his way up, fading out a little bit early, but I do believe he is about edge of circle, perhaps a bit longer.
No doubt on the dance floor. Niklas up next. Also looking for that soft hyzer.
Perhaps looking to control his descent a bit more with that height as he just softly makes his way up there.
Seemed to have a bit too much height on the disc or the nose up, and it just stalled and fell down. He's going to be in circle 2.
Eetu, our youngster on this card, looking like he pierced the gap beautifully, firing off, but there's that little off-ramp as he just slides up and over into the woods behind.
Just caught enough of the rim of the disc on the ground to flare him out long left.
Here's a look at that inside line, perhaps a bit too inside from Jere though as he catches that limb.
Now that's going to be looking like a layup from there. That's outside circle 2, fast green. That's a risky run if you're going to go for it.
And with the remaining holes decreasing, our players perhaps maybe looking at the scores. We might see some more risks taken or some safer plays depending on their placement.
And Jere giving it a good half bid. Not going too long. He'll have about 5 meters left to clean up the par.
Oh,
Niklas.
that door slides open. Perhaps his card mates here hoping for a stroke on him now. We'll see Lauri currently leading the pack behind Niklas at 17. Can he make it 18? He absolutely can. That was
Getting it done.
so centered.
And that's a turkey for Lauri right there.
Well pointed out. Lauri now heating up a bit. Nice to see his corrections on the putting. The front nine giving him a few woes on the green. He seems to have tightened that up now. Eetu. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice as he just drops that in. That looked like a rock being thrown into the basket. That thing sat instantly.
It sure did. And Jere to clean up the par. And he will do so nicely. And Niklas will clean up his par as well.
Will he take the bag off? He will
That's
not.
a bag on putt all day.
With that 6-stroke cushion, I might do that too.
Let's take it into hole 14, our second par 5 of the day. 269 meters. Got this banana tree right in the middle of the fairway. Gotta get around that. Get yourself lined up for this tunnel that's coming up. Second shots are going to be through these trees, trying to keep it mid fairway as we're going to start to bottleneck as we come in closer to the green. OB is going to start coming into play the further you get down this fairway. You can see those stakes just on the outside of the trees on the left-hand side. This is not an easy par 5.
Absolutely not. We'll see if our players here can get that banana split off the tee, hitting that gap dead center.
Nice.
Lauri now.
Ooh, Heiser flip magic. Oh, I love that. Just catching a tree, but he is way up the fairway. That was gorgeous drive.
I think anything past that tree that we mentioned in the fairway, they will absolutely be happy with. Eetu now. Also looking for that Heiser flip shape. Doesn't quite get it up to flat. We'll see if he can keep it in the center. Wow.
Oh, man, big flare from Eetu. That's going to have some trouble written on that one. Let's see if he's got a line from in there.
Niklas also opting for that Heiser flip shape. Getting lifted by the wind, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
And fades out a bit left and early, but definitely enough distance for him to be getting there on this long par 5. Jere now.
This looks more like the line coming out wide right, letting the disc... No way!
I think he got a second one that may have brought him back a little bit.
Oh, man, that looked super perfect. And just catching the last Guardian before he would have been way up there.
The trees giveth and the trees taketh. Jere now looking for that high Anheuser backhand. Catching as well. They tooketh that time, let's say. Niklas now.
Playing it smart, playing it right. That's the way you do it when you got a 5-stroke lead.
We've seen it from Eetu before, a smart pitch up. He looks to be opting for that again. Mature young man.
I'm waiting to see a lot from this young kid coming up. It's the first time I've ever watched him play, but he's got potential written all over him.
Lauri looking like he's going for it. Look at this laser beam of a
Flip
throw.
number 2, and that's going to put him circle 2 for an eagle on this hole?
Wow, what a shot.
We have definitely not seen that before.
I think Lauri knows he only has a few holes to go. He is really gunning it now, putting the pressure onto Niklas here.
And with a good shot, Niklas could still put himself in position to get a birdie, but that's looking wide left.
He skirted the tree line nicely
He
there,
sure
it looked
did.
like.
That's still circle 2. He has a look.
That will be, however, for birdie, as I believe
That's
he
correct.
had to pitch out off the first. Eetu now.
This is also his third shot, and that looks like it could not be better.
Eetu! Incredible precision by him from distance in the tunnel. As Jere looks for the jump putt to pitch out, may have swung back in, but you can see here he looks to be out in the open. Incredible shot by Eetu there.
And Heiser from Jere coming in. Just needs to sit down, catching a great tree. That'll put him just outside the bullseye to save his par. Unfortunate for Jere, he was hitting trees left and right on this hole, but had beautiful drives.
Lauri with his long eagle putt, very commendable to get so far up in 2. He should have a short birdie look there. Niklas for his birdie.
Oh, good bid from Niklas. Definitely a little bit further than I thought it was. Seemed to be about 17 meters with the amount of flight time that he had on the disc. But nonetheless, he will get up and down for his par.
Unfortunate miss by Jere there from just a few meters out. The tree perhaps impacting his stroke. Maybe a slight adjustment hits the left side.
Yeah, it just looked like a misfire out the hand. Those happen. Even from short, even from the top pros, those happen.
Absolutely. We sometimes forget these are all just humans here. Not just birdie bots, robotic, precision, disc firing machines. These men out here battling for every stroke. Certainly some emotions running high in this round 3 back nine.
And with that birdie putt, Eetu is going to take a 1-stroke lead over Jere.
Lauri also cashing in his birdie putt will take 1 stroke closer to our leader. Putting him at now 4 down if Niklas is to make this par putt. And as he does, that leaves Lauri 4 holes, 4 strokes behind. He knows what he needs to do.
The battle ensues. It's not over yet.
He already has 4 in a row. No reason he can't get 4 more.
Let's kick it into hole 15. Par 3, 89 meters. Basically a dead straight shot. Got a soft little left to right turn on the disc. But nonetheless, you want to just get down the middle of this fairway, miss that guardian tree in the middle here, and slide yourself up onto the green. Not too far though, there is OB behind there.
Definitely needing to control their distance here, a bit touchy. I think we'll see a few different shapes here, but dead straight might be the best, as Lauri here looks for the forehand. And catches a tree, unfortunately ricochets to that closed side, but the gaps look big enough that he should have an approach.
And he is still safe, so
Absolutely.
room to work nonetheless.
Young
Eetu
man.
up next with a Heiser flip, super straight, putting him in the dance floor.
Looked like he fought his way through, absolutely. Niklas now, our leader.
Looked laid out of the hand. Is he going to get through? Catching a tree mid-fairway, but kicking him into the correct side, so he will be open to get up and down, take the par, and move on.
Oh, is Jere.
Double tap.
Little bit of pinball, plinko perhaps. Leaves himself in the fairway.
Niklas up first. Playing it smart like the leader should, just sliding it up to the pin.
Definitely aware of the situation. Jere now, we'll see if he can bounce back with a super long putt after his bogey on the last.
Oh, catching the flag. What a line. That was outside circle 2, coming in nicely in hyzer. Just too high. Oh, when Lauri with a misfire catching a guardian tree, didn't even get to the basket yet. But he will save the par.
Not letting that par chance slide past him. Small mistake there, but he manages to clean it up nicely. Eetu now doing the same, looking very clean for his birdie look.
This kid's having a great back nine as he just got his turkey on the back. Putting him 2 strokes now ahead of Jere, only 2 behind Lauri.
Definitely a contender.
Ylämummo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Legendaarinen ylämummo. Se on voittajan valinta. Kotipizzasta.
Oh yeah. Hole 16, par 4, 220 meters. This is a tough one. We've been watching these as we've seen in previous rounds. These guys are going up over the trees with huge sky anhyzer flex shots. Just trying to get somewhere up this fairway. Most of the time when you're doing that though, you're going to be scrambling on the second in the trees. Just hoping for a pathway to get up and down onto this green. OB on the left side as well. Gotta be careful for that when you're doing those crazy big bomb shots. But this is the toughest hole.
Every 3 rounds, all 3 rounds, this came in as statistically the most difficult hole. We'll see if our players can conquer this beast of a hole 16 now. Little pirouette from Eetu there.
Seemed to be not exactly what he wanted to do. Probably looking up into the sky like these guys are and just misreleased. Nonetheless, he's up the fairway a bit. He'll be scrambling just like everybody else. Lauri up in the air. No idea where it's going, but this, oh my gosh, that's the greatest shot ever.
That's incredible. There we go. We'll see a replay of his form there as he manages to bring that disc up into the air with so much height. Well thrown by Lauri.
Niklas.
Also looking to the skies for that long turnover flex line. Cameraman getting a great view as that seems to have a nice soft descent edge of fairway.
That was amazing as well. These are the best drives we've been seeing all weekend long. Let's see if Jere can't capitalize as well. Seems to be going for the softer play, though. Looked to be about a mid-range in the hand.
Perhaps a more traditional gap straight down the fairway, but overturns it a bit. Nice soft landing as well, though. Shouldn't be too inside those trees.
Yeah, overcooked the anhyzer on that.
Eetu up first for his second.
Oh, catching the guardian. Well, tops of the trees. They're all guardians.
Jere.
Ooh, low flex shot, sidearm. Sliding it up the fairway. Not too much distance, but nonetheless, he's going to have an open look for that third shot to try and get up and down to save the par.
Looking like he's struggling. Eetu catching himself off the fairway for quite a few of these throws.
Yeah, you can really see here, once you get off the fairway on this hole, it just becomes exponentially harder.
We've even seen people try to navigate around the fairway completely. Speaks to its difficulty. As Niklas fires off a very clean forehand hyzer, keeping himself low and controlled. Lauri hoping to make some magic happen.
Oh, I think he thought he hit that tree when he let it go. He just turned around, but that is right outside the bullseye. Great execution from Lauri late in the round. Oh, no. Sit. Oh, my gosh. Ricocheting left off of that middle tree in the fairway and almost sliding OB. Can see how close he is to the stakes there. Jere with an Anheuser sidearm approach, putting him right outside the bullseye.
He says, get me off this hole 16. Puts himself right up there to finish the job. Eetu now also doing a good job to get himself in the circle for his putt.
But a fantastic hole to have late in the round. Really can see 2-3 stroke swings happening on this hole if you're not careful.
And you can see Niklas here prioritizing just control, safe play in the fairway. He knows where he sits, and he's saying to his competitors, you know what? Show me what you got. Come and get me.
That's the mark of a champion right there. Let them catch you. Don't try to screw it up and give it up.
But there's Lauri with his birdie. Did everything he could to get himself up there. A beautiful second shot. And Niklas taking the par. Still a slight cushion as Lauri hopes to steam his way ahead. We'll see if he can catch up. Only 2 left.
We got these 2 left. Hole 17, par 3, 101 meters. This is your righty backhand soft hyzer shot. Just got to hit the gap, keep it in the middle, land it soft. Again, you have this berm right before the basket that you can hit and stop your disc really nicely. But if you get over the top of it, as a theme in Finland, they like to have those downhill slopes beyond the basket. Really plays those skips, those fadeaway shots. Lauri up with a mid-range, I believe, just sliding it up nicely.
Let's take a look at his form here from the side. Little X step, reaches back, loads it, and releases.
Super clean, super smooth form. Niklas up next. Feeling the pressure now. He needs to get something going to keep that cushion going to hole 18 with nothing but comfort.
The Finnish trees giving him a bit of love there, keeping him clear. He'll have a long look to the basket, it seems, as Eetu up now.
Oh, that's early out of the hand, and he caught some of the ceiling, kicking down mid-fairway. That'll be a long bid if he wants to go for it.
Jere now with a rough stretch in the last 3. We'll see if he can make that correction on this 101-meter hole. Just hangs it out a tiny bit wide, but look at that. Skips up just outside the circle.
That's a good forward ricochet from there. Eetu up first.
Looking for a strong end to a fantastic round for him.
It looks like he's going for it.
Why not? And that was a very legitimate bid from that distance.
Fantastic play.
Jere now, let's see if he can capitalize on that long skip. Oh.
Just wide right from about 12 meters out.
Niklas now to potentially shut the door on his competitors, looking for his birdie with only 2 left and 3 down.
Oh. That would have really sealed the deal if he would have capitalized on that putt going into the last hole with 3-stroke lead.
And there you go. Lauri sees that door open up and jams his foot in, says, I'll take that stroke every day.
Like a shark smelling the blood, going 6 down on the 8 holes in the back 9. He is really making moves.
Really impressive is unfortunately Jere bleeds out a few more strokes, but Niklas takes his par.
Just squeaking it in left side. You can tell he's got some nerves going into the last little bit here, as you should. Heated battle. I'm sure the chase card's not too far behind as well.
Absolutely not. We head down to 18.
As we've seen, this is a tough finishing hole. Par 3, 138 meters. And you have this wide open fairway, but on that right side where it's deep and right, you're going to be in the hazard. You got to keep that tight, but not too tight to the left trees. There is also the hazard around the back as well on the left side as you get towards the green. Placement is key.
Lauri now with the box, a huge throw for the final standings now.
This could really put on some pressure if he gets this close. It's looking nice. It's
Swinging
up.
in. Beats the saplings.
Oh, yeah.
He will certainly have a look.
What's Niklas going to do here?
Knowing he has a 2-stroke lead, we'll see if he just tries to secure a par. That's all it takes for him.
And with ice water in the veins, he puts it mid-fairway, just inside circle 2. That should be an easy up and down to solidify that win.
I believe that was Eetu, unfortunately catching a few limbs early.
Coming up a little short left.
And I'd like to see Jere here get a good throw. He's had a tough stretch in these last 4. We'll see if he can end on a solid note here. It looks good.
It's got the height, just needs the swing. Oh yeah, that'll be inside circle 2 as well. Looking to get one more birdie just to finish off in style.
Let's see Eetu try to finish it in style. Gives a very solid approach, and he should be taking his par putt there. Niklas now.
Wow, a little half go even, but he is right under the basket, and that will seal the deal for Niklas.
Beautiful, consistent performance by him throughout all 3 rounds. We'll see Jere here battling to the very last throw. Really giving it a good bid there for birdie.
Looking to copy that line with Niklas there. Gave it a solid attempt.
And Lauri now, knowing that Niklas has a tap-in, can safely, or rather happily, receive his par there on the 3rd most difficult hole. 2nd, rather.
Nonetheless, solid finish from Lauri. Eetu will tap in the par, finishing 16 under.
Very respectable performance by this young man. He showed some incredible shots here today on coverage.
Incredible patience and
Pitching up,
Yeah.
strategy, poise.
just veteran moves from such a young player. It's rare to see such things like that. You always see them just going crazy, going for it.
Lauri ending his round 3, but we see your Prodigy Pro Tour champion tap in his par. Well done to this young man here for a stellar performance, consistent the way throughout, really showed mental fortitude and perfect execution.
Well, that'll wrap it up, guys, as we're going to check out this final videos here. Got signatures coming from the champion.
I wonder if the chase card had anything to say about it.
Well, I think we're going to get a quick look here at the scores. Let's take a look now. We've got Niklas finishing at 23 down. Lauri right behind him with 21. Eetu and Jere 16 and 13 down respectively. Jere having a tough finish, but nonetheless he was showing us some amazing skill.
An absolute pleasure to watch this battle. We see here Niklas Lauri taking the first 2 spots, but Jesse sneaking into 3rd place with a 9 down, finishing at 19 under. Fantastic comeback. I believe he shot even in round 1 on this coverage.
That he did.
He must have been on fire in rounds 2 and 3.
Well, thank you guys for sticking with us, enjoying these round coverage. We hope you enjoyed it as well as much as we did. Be sure to like and subscribe, and catch us next weekend for the next one.
Thank you very much. See you soon.